because my husband and I are fashion photographers who are not shooting fashion anymore at the moment, we see things, we document things. We don't even want to document things, they're just right before us. So like, just say I'm having this interview with you today, and then we'll go out shopping and something will happen and we'll record it, and it will connect to the video that we just It makes it surreal, it makes it magical, but it also gives an insight to others how things play out when you let them play out. I haven't done many social events or things like that. I know you guys have, because you...
Yeah, Brandon's expanding reality will be expanding you and expanding all of us, and there'll be a big bang afterwards.
Sometimes we don't realise how important we are where we are.
Yes, well, I'm still trying to work out where I am myself personally. I don't know where I am. I'm starting to work myself out.
It's so honest and cute, isn't it, Philip? Like, you've done all these books and helped all these people around the world, and you're still working it out.
Yeah, well, we're making a little bit of headway, but I always joke and say that when I get to the other side, I'm still, well, I have been there on 2 occasions, but when I go back there, I'm going to definitely get a refund. Ask them not to send me back down here again. It's like, you must be joking, right?
See, all the things you've done up until now, you feel like
It's
some
crazy.
days you have a handle on it, and then the other day you go, hang on,
Yeah, you
where'd it
do.
go?
It's you do. You go from opposite ends of the scale, of the spectrum. One minute you think, yep, I've got it sussed, and then fortune will prove that you haven't got it sussed one bit.
Yeah.
and everything comes at you from all sides, and you think to yourself, oh, okay, I need to reassess what I do know and what I think is right. And yeah, just as you always feel you know where you are, life will bring something fresh and new and challenging.
Well, this is the important message. So I've got Philip on one side of me saying I'm in allowing, and I'm honest, and I don't know, but I do know. I don't know that I do know, and I'm okay with it. And you're smiling, Philip. And then you've got Chris over here going, it swings this way, and it swings that way, it swings this way.
Yes.
And Chris and I, we have many conversations about this. The more you learn, the more you think you learn, the more that you're trying to find the answers. Then there's another part that opens up. And this, for instance, now I'm looking into the spirit and its sovereignty beyond this physical matrix. So if I'd looked back in the mirror at myself 25 years ago, these are subject matters which I would have outwardly rejected. So we go through a process of transmutation, a change. We're morphing all the time. And it's very interesting because we're all going through that painful process, because I've never felt like I belong here at all on this planet. I literally have never felt comfortable here. But there are certain people who do make me feel very comfortable, and it's like being at home. And I think when you're linked with good souls like yourself, Chris, and a few others that I know, it's kind of comforting to know that we're not crazy, right? You've got to have a sense of humor.
But it's true, if you're on a wavelength, I think you do find your own network of people that are on the same wavelength. Think like yourself, Elsa, you'll find that your friends, and you'll lose some, you'll gain some, and you'll gain more that's in sync with your own thoughts as well. So I do think it's a very organic thing as well in life, that we do tend to, the more you open up to experiences, the more those experiences provide more experiences that are in tune with what you believe and what you expect in life as well.
I just did a video that's posted, and it's got the rings of I think it's the rings of a tree. When Philip was speaking and you were speaking, Chris, I see Philip saying, okay, I've got the handle on it, and then you go into the next ring, and the next ring is bigger again.
So it's concentric.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you go, well, I thought I knew everyone. Now I've got to leave everyone in those rings, and I'm stepping into the next ring. And we call this the golden compass effect, the alignments. And sometimes the rings aren't ready. We all went through that phase where we're like trying to make everyone understand.
No,
and it doesn't work that way. It's nice to try. But
I think, for all of us, you yourself, Elsa, Chris as well, there are certain points within your life that occur, and you sometimes wonder why it is that you are seeing things differently from it's a horrible word to use because they're not, but ordinary, functioning members of the public. And that is all due, I think, to conscious dissidence, to conscious programming. What we're looking at, and Chris and I have been looking into as well, on top of many other subjects that we're trying to tackle and we're looking at, is the fact that something's happened, maybe a bit of rewiring, I think more on the level of the spiritual awakening and trying to find out, because people are changed, right? Death changes you when you lose people that are dear to you, and that hurts like hell. And in the system that we serve, it says, oh, you go through this and go through that, but that's purely mechanical. And then when you've seen these realities, that changes everything.
It's like you're both comfortable walking through those rings when you
Yes.
visualize it. So you're okay. So all right, I'll walk over to this ring. Oh, I'm talking to you. I've got to step back to those rings, and you're able to. So those rings, if you put the tree rings around a pyramid, they would fall on all the stairs. Does that make sense?
They would. Yes,
Yeah.
they would. They
So
would sit
yeah.
according to its width. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're ascending, and sometimes we have to descend and ascend and descend. And I keep saying that's how it feels. And even when you get to the top, you always forget something down at the bottom. You gotta go all the way back down again.
That's the thing. I think it's like a record player with, do you remember the old LPs and the tracks? Really, we
Yeah.
shouldn't be looking at it as a going back, but more on one level. You know, I was reading an article about that and how we see things in time, and we think we're going back and we're not. It's actually just one level. It's one instance. It's like a now. We're writing books. We're connecting with people, and we all have a story to tell. We all have messages to give, and that's great. And I think we should be doing that. But I think there's a level where there's an approach where people aren't ready as well. You have to be assertive with what you know, but not forceful. You have to let people say and understand what you're talking about, and just let them absorb it and not enforce too much of what you know. Because I think when people are ready, they'll take on board what you do. They'll take on board your message. And I think there's a fine balance between living and speaking your truth and allowing people to either take on board and follow, or take their own knowledge and wisdom from what you say. You know, so it's a mutual thing rather than we're doing this and you've got to listen to us.
Well, that's the mum approach. Right, we're doing this. We're cleaning the room.
Yes,
We're doing
exactly.
this. It
Yeah.
doesn't work when you do it with the public.
Yeah. So, I mean, like we all want to say our things, don't we? We all want to have a message, and we all want to give and help other people. And some people just aren't ready, are they? They're closed-minded, or they're just not quite there to accept what you have to say, or just to listen.
How you look at that same topic, Philip?
Well, I agree with Chris totally. I mean, on this world, it's puzzling. When you look at with our book, mine and Chris's book, The Eternal Avatar, people aren't asking the questions. The one thing that I can't work out is why there's such a big hang up about UFOs, life after death, and one of the big main questions about creation. What puzzles me even more is the fact that the system that we serve is quite happy for us to promote a belief, because there's no scientific conviction that will bring certain claims to the surface. So I think this is interesting, and I believe that with the UFO subject, and Chris and I have discussed this, and life after death, and creation, among the other topic matters that we're trying to tackle, if you join those together, I think it's going to show a lot of people exactly what we are, what it means to be human and temporarily human, because people tend to think, oh, this is the only experience you have is human. Well, I disagree. I think that the soul, or rather the spirit, is interdimensional, and it's possible that we have evolved into other systems of reality. I think on the deeper level, one thing that really gets to me on a very emotional level is this whole thing about death, and people don't talk about it. They build it all up and then they keep it closed in. And I think that's important for us to establish some form of connection that has no barriers in terms of religious ideologies, which kind of constricts all of that. People talk about death. Well, it's the spirit evolving and moving onwards, not just to heaven, as people call it, like, oh, let's all hang out, go down the pub on the astral planes. I believe that there are other alternative dimensions, like Chris, of reality that go beyond the human experience. And that is something that excites me. And when you've had interaction with that, is phenomenal. And the system says, right, oh, it's all a load of old rubbish. You're delusional. They don't exist. So you, Chris, me, many other good people are up against a fight with the establishment. And we want to work out what they are hiding. Why are they keeping these secrets? Because that's true, right? They're keeping this all secreted. They do not want the public to know. And I want to know why the public aren't told, and what it is that they know that will upset the apple cart. And I think you and I and Chris know exactly what's going to happen there.
All right, so I'm going to tell you this weird thing, because of your name. So Chris May is the Christ within, the compass within. May is the grand spiral where all the E's come from. E's to us, as we understand ease, is tar, sense, dust. It's the essence of us. It's a starseed. So, and they start in the grand spiral. The grand spiral is May.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So your name is the clue for me, or the key for me, is the compass of grand spiral will bring ease. That's what
Excellent.
your name. So ease is like, they call it Dinotopia language, I think the kids do. It's E, 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 E. It's Marta, water. It's E3, it's a bookend, it's the compass of us, it's the why we get called sheep, it's me's, it's you's, it's MEW3. So I don't look at words as words, I look at words as code.
Fascinating.
So your name was Grand Spiral Compass. So understanding the spin of us, each person, and allowing the spin of each other will bring ease. And then you've got to compass it, so you've got to master your ship, right? So that's Chris's name. I've got Philip's name. Philip's name's very cute. We have 10 horses that we've decided to sell because they're all too short, because all our kids are now 5'11". And so we're selling all these ponies, and the pony that we're selling is called pudding. The proof is in the pudding. This is a term that Richard and I always say. Pudding have shifted to the land of Kintara.
Oh.
And now your name is Kinsella.
Yes.
And you've got a book, and sale is breath. So you're selling the message of kin
Ah, that's interesting.
to her. So her and him are the same, because it's him, her are the same. It's the chicken and the egg sort of thing. Kin is the code of us, or the spinal cord, or the two serpents. The fact that you're a twin and I'm a Gemini is always powerful. When
I'm a twin as well.
no.
I am a twin.
Yes.
Yeah. But not identical though.
What? Wow. So who's the first twins?
I'm the first of the twins. Yeah.
I'm the first of the twin, yeah.
And so I'm the first as well.